In principle, yes, but it will have to be a stepwise rollout. I think initially what will happen is that there will be pilots or kind of test deployments in certain sectors, and I'm not talking of labs kind of thing. You can pick, say, a part of, say, maybe it could be in a small portion of South Delhi, or it could be in a small portion of South Bombay, maybe in a portion in Bangalore. So realistic rollout will have to be there. And as I mentioned in my talk, DOT has sent letters to OEMs to do that kind of deployment. Then I think later on, my feeling is in 19 these things will happen, 2019. By 2020 we will have some amount of commercial deployment taking place, which will happen. By 21, my assessment is that we will have a fairly large scale deployment in the country with regards to 5G. This is something which has been talked about a lot, and fundamentally I feel that if I am building a road, I need not necessarily worry about that, how it is going to be used. Finally, the users will decide. So a priori saying, but segments we can talk about it. So two things I'd like to say. One is almost every segment will benefit. For example, Industry 4.0. Okay, Industry 4.0 is based on what? It's based on IoT, it's based on artificial intelligence, based on data analytics. Everything requires very high bandwidth connectivity, mobile machine to machine interaction. Again, 5G will play a major role. Okay, you look at healthcare, this will require. Now I want to do remote health monitoring at high speeds, that will be 5G will play a major role. Education, 5G can play a major role out there. I want to have AR, VR. AR, VR requires very high bandwidth. Okay, again 5G can play a major role. Now these are broad domains, and there are many other domains. Agriculture is another big domain in India which can benefit from it. But fundamentally, having said that, my opinion is that we should make these test beds available. Let people come and develop. Let's essentially let 1,000 flowers bloom. So nobody can talk about a use case a priori and redefine it. People will come and develop it on the test beds. Some use cases will succeed. If we develop 1,000 of them, maybe 100 will succeed, or 70 may succeed, or 120 may succeed. But our objective should be to enable the development of use cases. I think there are two big things we are doing. One is IP generation. As far as deployment is concerned, of course, the multinationals and the OEMs are a little caught ahead, but we can generate IP. We have already generated certain amount of IP which has been accepted by 3GPP for 5G standards. Like very unique thing is what we call LMLC, low mobility, large cell concept, which is applicable to Indian rural areas. Because in Indian rural areas, nobody is going to drive at 200 kilometers per hour or 100. Trains are not going to go that fast. Usually will go very slowly. Also, the population density is very small. So you don't need very small cells. You can work with larger cells. So we have developed, that is India has developed, that IIT Madras, IIT Hyderabad, IIT Bombay, IIT, other IITs together. I'm just naming a few, but various IISc Bangalore, IIT Delhi, various. And we proposed it to 3GPP. With the support of DOT, and 3GPP has accepted it now. Then we have a new waveform that we have proposed. Again, 3GPP has accepted it. So this is like getting intellectual property into 5G, and that we are working on it, and we hope to get a lot more intellectual property into 5G in the process by having this testbed project, which has been funded by DOT. The second thing we are looking at, particularly IIT Hyderabad, we have developed a NB-IoT chip. Okay. The idea being that this chip, basically we are looking for now fabricating it, all the other things are done. Okay. Then tomorrow, every cell phone that will come out, a 5G cell phone, is going to have an NB-IoT chip. We would like to have our chip in that cell phone. Okay. That's what we are looking at. So tomorrow if someone buys a cell phone, we can say, hey, in this 5G, India has IP in it. Okay. For LMLC, India has IP in it. For the new waveform, India has its own NB-IoT, which is in your cell phone. So it is not simply being a user of a cell phone where a cell phone manufacturer develops it, but our IP also should be part of that cell phone. So that is one of the key objectives of this whole 5G project, which has been funded by DOT at various IIT and IISc.